Can you break down the almost like science, you could say, of like pitching? What is it like to stand and just throw
It's
that thing at miles per hour?
it's funny because it's like when I started pitching, none of this, all this data and stuff that's out there
Yeah.
was not a thing.
Okay.
It was just a radar gun.
Yeah.
Oh, you throw 95
Yeah.
or whatever it was. And now it's like there's numbers for everything. So like you know exactly like it's called a pitch plot.
Okay.
And you can see exactly where your pitches are moving, how they're moving, and it's almost like everybody's is very unique to them based off like what pitches you throw, how much they move, how they move. It's really important like release height, release extension, all that stuff. It's hard because as a player you can't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
If you start thinking about that stuff, you're going to be off the rails. But it does play an important part into. There's certain metrics and numbers that are going to like. You can kind of read that you're going to have success based off those numbers. But obviously, there's always just the competition aspect. You got to go out there and compete. You got to execute your pitches.
Yeah.
But it's funny. We were playing in this golf tournament the other day for the Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation.
Okay.
And I was telling everybody before the tournament, like I don't play golf a ton. And I was like, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. And one of our strength coach, he goes, "You're a professional pitcher and you're nervous to go play golf for fun?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't get nervous pitching because I just do it all the time. It's so normal to me. But golf, it's like I'm not used to it, so I get nervous." So yeah, it's being out there on the mound. It feels normal. I don't really think about it too much.
This might be a naive question for me, but like, how do you decide what kind of pitch to throw?
So it's the catcher's calling the pitches, and he's the one that's really paying attention.
Gotcha.
But as a pitcher, you're more looking at like how a hitter's swing, like what his swing looks like, and then you're kind of playing with that and your strengths.
Okay.
And then you're also setting up pitch to pitch. So like, say you throw a fastball away to a right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
And then next pitch, like it's for a strike. And then the next pitch might be set up well to throw a cutter off the plate because it's going to look like a fastball that's going to start where the fastball was.
Sure.
But it's going to break off the plate. So now you're going to look and get a swing and miss off the plate. Versus you could also go like fastball into a right-handed hitter and then a changeup in, or fastball up and then a curveball. Like you kind of learn how to set things up just based off like hitter's vision. You're setting things up based off what they see. So like if you throw a fastball up, you might want to go throw a curveball just because it's going to start at the same eye level, but it's going to break below the strike zone.
Damn.
So yeah, it's stuff like that.
But it's very nuanced.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's not that hard when you do it all the time because it's all you think about. It's all you do. You don't really do anything else.
And so you're letting the ball go at like different ways for that to happen?
Fastball is coming off your fingers like very true spin.
Yeah.
A cutter is like you're going to be slightly on the side of it, and it's coming out more like it would be like as a bullet spins.
Okay.
A slider is coming out. You're almost throwing it like a football, and it's going to come out spinning sideways like this.
Damn.
Changeup is coming off your fingers this way, so it's coming off spinning the opposite way of a slider. So it's almost spinning like a UFO, I guess you could call it, this way. And then a curveball is typically going to be more straight to top to bottom.
I'm going to go home and just be like...
Yeah. But it's hard because I don't want to... If there's any young baseball players just listening to this, you can't try and manipulate the pitches too much. That's the hard part. It's like you have to figure out a grip that works. And this is, it can take months, years to figure this stuff out. Is not trying to manipulate the pitch, but throw the grip. It's almost like you're throwing the grip of the pitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always like see like the baseball highlights and like you see the big like home run. What is the perspective like from your side when a player hits a home run on your pitch? Like, are you bummed out by that?
Yeah, but like it really depends. So like yesterday, I gave up a home run, and I can live with it because I executed the pitch that we called, and the guy just hit it.
Okay.
And it was probably just the wrong pitch to throw, but I executed it. So it's like, okay, like next time you just I'm not going to go throw a fastball into this guy because that's what he hits well. I'm going to go fastball away or a fastball up and make him go the other way with it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, there's kind of no point on dwelling on it. It's more of like, A, was it a bad pitch?
Mhm.
B, was it the wrong pitch?
Got you.
And then I can like yesterday,
you
it was
live
just the
with it.
wrong pitch.
Yeah.
Fine, that's
You
fine.
live with it.
So I can live with it on that one.
Does it get to your head when you're throwing and they're either not striking out or like they're not like they're just getting hits after hits after hits?
It's definitely, it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah. Like does the mind play a role into the way that you pitch?
And so I think the biggest thing is when things aren't going well, everything starts to speed up. When things start to speed up, that's when things get out of control.
Gotcha.
And
What do you
being
mean
able
by
to
speed up though?
So mentally.
Mentally.
Everything speeds up. Like you're throwing, before you know it, it's almost like you blacked out and you've thrown 5 pitches without even knowing what's going on. And so it's super important. And I actually, I went and saw a hypnotherapist last year a couple times, and big thing we would always work on was just breathing. And so it's helped a lot with being able to just slow everything down.
Yeah.
Starting with the heart rate and slowing everything down from there, because you're just going to make better decisions if you slow things down rather than speed it up. If it's sped up, now you're not thinking correctly, you're not making the right decisions. So definitely helps to just slow things down, starting with the breath.
Got you.
Yeah.
Do you have a routine that you go through?
I have a daily routine that I do every day to get ready physically.
Yeah.
But my main thing, like when I'm not pitching, I don't have to worry too much about the breath work. But when I am pitching that day, it's like really important to focus on your breathing, just because your nervous system's going to get ramped up and you don't even know it. And now you're burning all these calories and burning all this energy without doing anything.
True.
But your heart rate's already elevated because you're nervous or whatever. And so it's like being conscious of that and not allowing your body to burn all this energy without, you're literally just sitting there, but your heart rate's at 80 or 90 just because you're thinking about the game.
Yeah.
Being able to slow that down.
That's amazing. Where did you learn? Like, you probably learned this throughout your career, right? Like, was there a moment, like, maybe it clicked, or you were like, oh, wait, I can do this way, and this is what the result will be?
It's funny, because I was thinking about this yesterday, is like, you go through, you play for so long, and with baseball specifically, there's going to be ups and downs, no matter what. I don't care how good you are, there's going to be ups and downs. And navigating like when things aren't going well, just trying to figure out where you were when things were going well is always, like last night I'm thinking about, the season's going pretty well. Like, what's my mindset been this year? And it's like, I think the biggest thing for me has just been like, hey, like, take your work seriously. Have a plan each day. But B, it's like, just have fun. Like, don't, like, you have one bad game. It's like, assess it and figure out what happened or whatever. But don't dwell on it. Like, just go have fun. Because, like I said earlier, it's pretty. We get to play in front of a couple thousand people every night. And it's like, just enjoy it.
Yeah. Live in the moment.
Yeah.
Live in the moment.
Don't dwell on stupid little stuff that, oh, I could have thrown this pitch a little bit better. It's like, it is what it is. It's, as Coach Mark Brewer, the legend. I love that guy. He's our pitching coach. It is every time, like, the guy hit a home run yesterday. He's like, water under the bridge. Water under the bridge.
Water under the bridge. 100%.
And so it's being able to get yourself back to where you need to be when things were going well. If they're going bad, it makes it it helps to write it down too.
Gotcha.
Writing stuff down is very helpful, because then you have like key words and key thoughts in your mind of when things were going well, and then you can go back, read that, be like, okay, this is what I was thinking at that time.
Yeah, that's very wise. It's very wise. Let's take it back. So you're playing in college, first year, second year, third year. What was the idea of going into the draft now? Like, what was your college career like? What were some highlights, some not so highlights?
Yeah, I had an interesting college career. So my freshman year, I pitched really well, had really good numbers that year. And then I went, it's not super common for freshmen to pitch a lot. I was fortunate, I threw like 50 innings that year.
Yeah.
And I went and played summer ball up in Washington State that year in Bellingham, Washington.
Okay.
And had a really good summer. And then I came back my sophomore year, and I was hoping to be a starter that year. I didn't quite get the starting job initially to start the season, but then I got a start against Pepperdine, and I threw a complete game shutout. And so then I earned a starting job after that.
Let's go.
Pitched the rest of the year. Pitched okay, nothing too great, not too bad. But I had a really good summer. I went and played in the Cape Cod League, which is, I would say, is probably the best college summer league out there. And I had a really good summer that summer. So I came back my junior year and was starting. Disastrous junior year, horrible,
no.
and it was all on me, just like mental. I put myself in huge, like big mental handcuffs, just not thinking the right way, trying to be somebody that I wasn't, trying to do stuff that wasn't me. So stuff like that.
Why do you think that was?
You know, probably just putting too much pressure on myself because I did come into that year. Like, I mean, my first start that year, there was 25, 30 scouts there from every team,
Yeah.
and it's like. I wasn't super secure with myself, probably as secure enough with myself as a person, as a player at that time.
Yeah.
That I was trying to be somebody that I maybe wasn't. And it's funny because I look back at it now and I just laugh because it was such a good learning experience. Like, yeah, I wish I could have thrown better and got drafted higher and all this sort of stuff. But it's like, no, I mean, it was meant to be the way